I'll be first having this presentation and I'll be going over what I believe are the cornerstones for creating these heavy hitters that can provide us with a nice, stable, passive income. And I'm a proponent of laying the foundation right so that we're setting ourselves up for long-term sustainable success so we can enjoy the fruits of our labors for years to come. And then I will be answering some pre-submitted questions, and then I'll read the chat to see if there are any new questions there as I'm doing this presentation. So some people, they think it was easier to make money on Amazon KDP in the past, and that the market is too saturated now. I don't believe this. The book industry, from the sources I've checked, is over a $25 billion industry per year in the US alone, and it is stable. So my $4 million on KDP is not even scratching the surface of what's possible. Now, I do believe that the market has evolved and that it's a lot more sophisticated now. But one lesson I've learned in my journey is that it doesn't matter if something changes, because as long as there will be people buying books, there will be people making money from those books that people are buying. So all we need to do as publishers is to adapt. And what I'm about to introduce to you now is the ultimate adaptation of the current marketplace. I call it the self-publishing trifecta, and it's something I've been working on for the last couple of months. The self-publishing trifecta contains 3 parts. So we have the scientific approach, we have the Greenfield publishing strategy, and we have branding mastery. So having one of the cornerstones is great, but it's when you combine all of them that you really set yourself up for big long-term success. You'll have many publishers who are great at creating individual winners, and some of them are even making $1,000 per book. But unless it's combined with branding mastery, it's most likely not leveraging the snowball effect, which is about making things compound and grow bigger over time. So to explain it simply, when you roll a snowball, at first it's very small and only a little snow attached to it. But the bigger it becomes, the more snow attached to it, and it grows faster and faster. So that is ideally what we want, where the success of one book leads into the success of other books in the same series. But the first part alone, the scientific approach, is what will help us to create heavy hitters. And these can either be individual winners or they can be part of a series. So to do this niche research and maximizing the components or parts that matter most for the success of our books is what matters most here. And this also includes Amazon ads, because just like a car has wheels, a motor, seats, etc., so does your book have different components like the book title, subtitle, niche, description, etc. So all of these will help in the success of your books. So what matters in terms of our successes here is how we approach these parts. And that is what the scientific approach is about. It's about helping us to approach each part of our book in the best possible way. Another common problem I see is that a lot of publishers are creating what's already out there. Perhaps you've seen my videos on the share yoga for seniors, and this can quickly become a waste of time and money, especially if it's not done in a very specific way, which I teach inside the scientific approach. So to solve this, we ideally want a unique angle or publish in a way where we can own our own piece of the market. So we're on a green field instead of an overeaten yellow field. Hence, this strategy is called the Greenfield publishing strategy. So being unique in some way is the second recipe for success. Now, a lot of creative people go wrong here because just being creative doesn't guarantee success. So that's why it's important to understand the scientific approach first, so that we're validating demand and building something that people are actually wanting to buy. So being unique can come in many different forms. For example, you could target a specific audience, or you could have a specific angle, or you could do things in a way that most publishers aren't. So it's about removing the box from our thinking and expanding what is possible. while still having a systematic approach. So once we are unique and best with our books, and we're consistently producing profitable books, we ideally want to build a brand. I built more than one large brand around my books, and my favorite way to do this is through building an email list. But I've also built a following on social media channels. For example, for my main brand, I have a YouTube channel with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I don't want to overwhelm you on this live, but there are effective ways and ineffective ways of building a brand. So we ideally want to do it in an effective way. And to do that, we can leverage the knowledge from the scientific approach. There's no point in reinventing the wheel if someone already has a model for building a wheel. Why not simply follow that model? My goal with these videos is to help you avoid the pitfalls and move faster in your journey so you can get the conclusions and lessons without wasting the same amount of time, energy, and money that I had to spend to learn this. And this way, people have a chance to get even bigger results than me in a quicker time frame, because they don't need to waste hundreds of thousands of dollars or thousands of hours doing stuff that doesn't bring the maximum results. So once you got the trifecta process in place for your publishing, it's time to scale, or at least allow you to get more freedom. Because a lot of people are attracted to self-publishing because of the lifestyle it can provide. The books can provide a nice passive income if you set it up right. There are so many people currently saying that you shouldn't focus on passive income. Some even go so far as to say that passive income is a scam, or there's no such thing as passive income, etc. And I understand while people are doing this, it's catchy, it's great marketing, but I think the pendulum has swung way too far. Of course, passive income is real, and some of the people that are speaking against passive income are making a lot of money passively. So they're making a lot of passive income from the books they sell. So yes, of course, it requires work or money investment upfront, but if you set it up right, then a book can provide a nice passive income for years without much involvement from your side. Does it happen to everyone who publishes a book? No, because most people aren't doing it right. But if you do it right, it doesn't need to be that complicated and hard. In essence, I believe that on top of the self-publishing trifecta, we want to have a system that allows us to either scale or to step away or do both. So at least once we've nailed to create profitable books consistently. So that's why I created 14 video lessons in a separate course called Systems Mastery, which is one of the bonuses that I am including for those who get the self-publishing trifecta. And now that I've been introducing what I've been working on and what I believe will bring results in today's marketplace, let me go over some pre-submitted questions, and then I'll start going through the chat, see if there's any questions live here that we can go through. If you want to see what I've been working on for these last couple of months, simply check the link in the description, or it might be in the chat, or scan the QR code on the screen. For those who have been following me on Instagram, you would have seen that I've been getting up at 4 a.m. every morning from August to November and doing an ice bath. After that, I've been putting in around 4 to 5 hours of my most productive morning hours working on this thing. So it's not something I just threw together in an afternoon. And during this time, I've been getting a lot of requests for one-on-one mentorships, but I declined all of them because I wanted to stay focused on building this thing, because I believe it will make my knowledge more accessible. Now, because this is the first launch and I'm doing what I believe is a crazy offer based on the value provided, I don't want too many people to join, so the spots will be limited. And I've said I will only keep this enrollment period open for 1 week, but I might decide to cut it short depending on how many people join. Let's go over some questions. Okay, the first pre-submitted question from Skool is from Kadesh, and it reads, what is a reasonable budget when determining the genre of books? For example, one writes 3 books in different genres and does advertising on Amazon, on the Amazon marketplace for 3 months. What is a good budget to set up for advertising to get a realistic representation of which book speaks to the audience? It's a good question. Andre answered it well here. Start with $20 to $30 per campaign. Test 4 campaigns per book. For 3 books, budget $240 to $360 to identify which resonates with the audience. And I also see that Kadesh also replied, this is exactly what I was looking for. Thanks, Andre. So let's see. So Andre will also be inside the Driven Publishers Elite as well. And there we can talk more openly about every secret strategy. Because if we share every single strategy here on YouTube, there would just be a matter of time before another self-publishing YouTuber starts spreading it around, and it loses a little bit of an advantage. So everything shared inside the program is more protected, but you definitely want to test and scale what's working. You also want to analyze the conversion rate of your books to see if you can make any improvements on the product page in terms of the cover of the book. I will soon be releasing an interview with the creator of the Publisher Champ. So there will be more details about how to analyze your ads and the performance of your book. So that video will go on YouTube. The next question is from Edgar. It reads, could you share which book topics generate 80% of your revenue? If you're working in nonfiction, is there a strategic reason behind this decision? So more than 80% of my revenue is generated from high content and nonfiction. Next question is from Robert. How do you niche down properly? So you ideally want to identify a broad category that you're passionate about. Then once you do that, you start researching all the different potential sub-niches inside that category. So for example, if you're passionate about health, you identify maybe exercise and diet as 2 sub-niches. Then within those sub-niches, you'd identify several keywords for both diet and exercise. Then it's a matter of finding an underserved market. So you can also niche down by adding a word to the topic. So for example, if you do Python programming, that is still niche, but you can go even more niche by adding, for example, Python programming for cyber security, for example. Or you could target a specific demographic. So for example, just like share yoga books are niching down specifically to serve seniors, you can find another group, let's say it's women, let's say it's men, etc., kids, teens, etc., that you can target as well with your books. So for example, share yoga for women, let's say. So I dive into how you can do more niche research inside the program, of course, and how you can dominate the niches as well. So both inside the scientific approach, but also in the Greenfield publishing strategy module. In the 3rd module on branding mastery, I also cover how to do brand research in a systematic way, which I haven't seen anyone talk about. So instead of simply researching a niche, you'd research how you can create an entire brand for your books. And there's more than just looking at the numbers here. I have a systematic way, so you end up getting a score for the potential of your brand once you enter all the data. Okay, next question is from Kelly. Is there a method to find keywords for your books that won't cost an arm or a leg? Yes. There's a video on my YouTube channel and inside the free Skool community on niche research. So that one is made for beginners so as to not overwhelm. But for those who are more intermediate and advanced, then I advise using tools and more advanced methods, which I teach inside the Trifecta. But definitely there are many ways to find keywords without it costing an arm and a leg. So start with the free video, and then you can ask inside the free Skool community if you have any clarifying questions after that. Next question is from Christopher. If we have 2 versions, an ebook and a paperback, and we primarily sell the paperback version, but Amazon displays the ebook version in search results, does the paperback sales impact the ranking of the entire listing? Would organic rankings be higher if Amazon displayed the paperback version instead? And is there a way to influence to treat the paperback as the primary version rather than the ebook? Okay, so when someone searches in books, instead of it showing his paperback, it's showing his ebook version. So if you search in the Kindle store, yes, it makes sense that it shows the ebook version, but in this case, it's showing his ebook. And this is only a guess from my part, but I think it is because of Kindle Unlimited. So, for example, if they're showing your ebook version, then it makes sense that they are showing it because they want more Kindle Unlimited signups. If you aren't enrolled in Kindle Unlimited, then I don't know the answer to why they show it. If it is enrolled in Kindle Unlimited, then I suppose that unenrolling it could be a way of impacting it. But again, this is only speculation, but it does make sense that Amazon would show the ebook in order to get more Kindle Unlimited signups. Then we have a question about the trifecta. Is the course going to cover low, medium, and high content book publishing, or just high content? So it will work for all. I specialize in high content, but I think the ones who are doing medium content or low content will definitely get a competitive advantage, because a lot of self-publishers who are doing low and medium content, they are trying to save money. So by investing in yourself, by getting the trifecta, you're getting a huge competitive advantage in that arena. Nick asks, can you give us a ballpark of the cost? Is it going to be more or less than 1K? For family members, it will be significantly lower than I initially planned. All of this will be disclosed if you qualify. So once qualified, I will share all the details. So there is a qualification process because I want to ensure that you're joining it with the right mindset and that you're a good fit. I've gone through a lot to learn these lessons, so I don't just want to give them away to anyone. Is it aimed at beginners, intermediate, or advanced? So it's not aimed for complete beginners. That is the free Skool course. So if you go through the free Skool course, then you will be able to know how to publish a book and the basics. So that is, but what I say is that if you're a beginner, you are more than welcome to join. Just know that if you're joining and you need additional information such as where to click or anything, then you need to supplement that with either YouTube videos or Google or just a free Skool course, because I believe that the basics, though, that information is already free and available on YouTube, etc. So I want to create something that is different here, something that complements something that hasn't been done before. And I think especially for intermediate and advanced publishers, if you've seen my YouTube videos, you see that I see certain patterns, and that is what I try to convey in the videos, that a lot of people are stuck now because they're doing the same thing as everyone else. And I think that a part of that might be because everyone is following the same system. And if you have the same system, then it does make sense that everyone ends up in a similar place. So what I want to do, especially with the Greenfield publishing strategy module, is to remove the box from the thinking and to make you aware that there are so many opportunities, and you don't need to do what everyone else is doing. Cost of the program, so that will be disclosed inside the when you check the video or when you qualified. So again, it's for this first launch, it will be a lot lower than I initially planned. So I wanted to do something for everyone who's been following along here on this journey, both with YouTube and Skool. Hi, do you break even while positioning your books, or do you lose money in the first, second month and then work to recover those losses afterward? So you don't necessarily need to lose money in the first 2 months, but that is a common strategy that a lot of publishers are using. So You invest up front to get the rankings, because the lower your ranking is for your book, the more it will show up in categories, and the more purchases it gets with ads, the more people will buy it organically as well. So I think there's a saying that when you get one ad sell, that will lead to 1 to 3 organic or sales over a 6-month period. So it does make sense to invest a little bit more upfront for the first 1 or 2 months. And I personally don't care about the profit during that period. We have someone from South Africa. Jane, that's great. See if there's any. Will there be live sessions within the Trifecta? So there will be a community component. For 1 month, it will be included. You'll see all the details when you join, but there will be live sessions as well. Yes, I'll be doing that for sure. For 1 month, it's included, and then after that, if you want to continue, then you can see. I explain everything in the video, so you will see. Q&A to discuss, of course. So this is, I ideally wanted to build something where you're, of course, getting the knowledge. So since a lot of people have been asking me for one-on-one coaching, and when I look at their books, I see that it's going to take more than just 1 hour to solve everything. I cannot share every single detail because I believe the foundation is not ideal. So I have declined everyone who's asked for mentorship up until this point, because I want people to go through the Trifecta first. And then once they go through the Trifecta, then it makes more sense that they hire me for example, coaching or anything. But inside the Driven Publishers Elite, if you decide to join that, again, you will have 1 month access to that. But if you join that, then you will have a support component as well, where I will answer questions, and also other coaches as well. So other people who are at a high level. So because I read the survey responses, of course I did that, and I saw that personalized feedback and support and community was very important. So of course I solved for that, for your answers in the community. And this is the first launch. So if you join now, you'll benefit from any update I make. So I will adjust the program if needed, add more content if you have any questions. So definitely I'm here to help you when you join. How do I get traffic to my book that has the word? Yeah, that's a good question. When you have a word that is not allowed to run Amazon ads, then it's organic, I suppose. You can maybe try Facebook ads, but otherwise I think it's mostly organic. So organic methods and building a brand. The link in the description, I don't see it. Yes, I had an issue adding it when I did the launch. It is inside the Skool post at the bottom. Otherwise, we'll see, yeah, Tim added it in the chat. Okay. How do you break even while positioning your books? Or do you, that we already answered. There are many KDP courses. Can you go through why your course is different, differentiating? They too claim successful publishing careers. Okay, I covered this a little bit, but I think that a lot of courses are good. A lot of courses can help you succeed. I have gone through one course in 2015, and since then I've only taken complimentary courses. So a lot of courses and information works. Now this one is different. I've been publishing for 9 years. I've published, like I said, 1,500 books. So if I don't see patterns, I've probably seen hundreds of thousands of books on Amazon and KDP. If I don't see patterns of what works and what doesn't, then I'm not really paying attention. So of course I'm able to see a lot now, and I can see rather quickly why a certain book is not selling. For example, it could be something with the cover. That's usually a common thing, or it could be with the title, etc. So in this program, it is different in the sense that it goes more advanced. So if you read the comments on the Skool post that I did on Monday, I think, you had Andre and Emeka who tested the program. They answered that it is very much different. I will cover that later on in the presentation as well. But it is meant to make you a more advanced publisher, for sure. I'm editing books on Canva. We'll cover that one. Lowest risk to start, just to learn the process, get started. Lowest risk to start is to go through the free course on Skool, and then I would probably say either write the books yourself or do low and medium content books. So you learn with BookBolt and get your first sale there, then you know it's working. I remember Ian told me, so if you know, I mentored him for over 1 year to get started with self-publishing. And even though he has money to invest, he said it was scary in the beginning because you don't know if it works. At this point, if you're a beginner, you only see the results from other people. And but it's a different thing when you get your first sale yourself and you can see, okay, this works. If I made 1 sale, then what's stopping me from making 100 sales? And once you make $100, what's stopping you from making $1,000? So in the beginning, it's just getting that confirmation that this works. I need to plug in the charger. Okay. This is the first live, let's see. So that is the lowest risk to start. Evaluating niche. Okay, I think I covered everything there. Your QR code is being blocked by software. Okay. All right. Your YouTube videos are very informative and sincere. I want to thank you for that. Well, thank you, Vishal. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. I appreciate that. Do you have any final questions? How much usually take to publish high content books, including marketing cost? So it depends on which route you're taking, if you're writing the book yourself or if you're hiring a writer. So a writer you can find for, let's say, $2 to $3 per 100 words. You can find a good writer, and you ideally want to find a writer that has knowledge about the specific topic, especially if it's technical. That is what you want. Now, if you're writing it yourself, then it doesn't cost that much. You can learn how to do the formatting. I have a video on how to do the formatting inside the free Skool community. And if you do, I know a lot of people are writing the books with AI now. I would be careful because I see that AI introduces misinformation sometimes, and that it can include false information. So I'd be careful with using AI, but it can definitely help with research, and it can also help with cleaning up the text. So that is a route that some people are taking to publish high content books as well. But I would make sure, because just pumping out AI books in quantity, because a lot of people are doing that, you want to differentiate yourself. You want to make sure that you're providing more quality. So I do believe there's a way to create high quality AI books, and I will soon have a video where I disclose an interesting angle for those who do AI books, where it's more sincere, where it's like where it says this is AI generated. I can see that angle work, but otherwise that is roughly the cost. And marketing, for marketing, I would only do Amazon ads in terms of cost, especially if my budget is limited. So Amazon ads, you ideally in the long term, you want it to be like you're putting in $1 and you're getting $2 back, or at least you're getting more money than you're spending. So that is that. Why wouldn't urban writers, excellent writers, publish their own books? So that is because most who write books, they lack the knowledge about publishing, and publishing a book doesn't guarantee success. So there are millions of books being published on Amazon KDP every year. So definitely it's It's not about getting information out there. It's about publishing books the right way, and to do it in a way where you're providing a unique value. You're complementing the market instead of competing in the market. And that's what the Trifecta solves. So, and I even cover in the Greenfield publishing strategy module, I believe, I cover that there are a lot of people who publish books that are, let's say, experts. They know a lot about their topic, but their books, you can see right away that they're not done optimally. So imagine all the value that is missing there, where experts can get help to publish their books in a better way, etc. So by getting the Trifecta and the knowledge therein, you will be able to provide more value to the marketplace. I started publishing just 1 month ago and have 12 books published, and they had over 1K Kindle downloads during the 5-day free promotion, but after that sales are slow even with ads. How do I fix it? Okay, that is something that can happen. Now, getting a lot of free downloads, that is a good sign, of course. Slow even with ads. So I would be looking into the conversion rate. You can do that with Publisher Champ. You can wait a couple of days. I will have an interview with the creator of Publisher Champ, so you can see I discuss conversion rate there. But in essence, you want to see what is the number. If it's below 10%, the conversion rate, then there might be something that you need to optimize in terms of the cover, the description, the title and niche. That is difficult to change once you have published a book. But that is what I would be looking into, and then I would be seeing if there are anything you can do with the ads to do them better. I have a list of good niches, but I faced challenge to create the contents. What will you suggest instead to get it done quickly? I would change the thing is you don't need to get a lot of content out. I think that is what has changed, especially with the rise of AI. Simply getting more books published, and I'm talking just as much to myself as I'm talking to anyone else. Getting more books out, that is not the solution anymore, because it's so easy to create more books, especially with AI and all the tools we have. So that is not where we want to focus. We want to focus, how can we make the best possible books, and how can we complement the market ideally instead of adding more noise. So I would take it slowly and aim to do every part right, every component right. In terms of the challenge you face when creating the content, do you have any specific challenge there? What is it that you're struggling with? That would help. So this is when we're doing, for example, calls inside the community, then we will be able to go back and forth more like this, and we can aim to get to the root of the problems, or in the support as well, in the chat, WhatsApp support. So once again, that will be included for 1 month, and hopefully you will want to continue after that. But that is what I believe will help a lot of publishers to reach the next level. My problem is getting the 7 backing keywords. Okay, so what I would do, let's imagine that the book is, let's take Share Yoga for Seniors, because that is the one I'm always using. If you search exercise for seniors, what keywords show up? Those keywords could be relevant to put in there. Now, you want to be as specific as possible. So for example, share yoga workouts for seniors. So I would make sure to put workouts in the 7 keyword slot. I would make sure to put senior, so you can put variation of the keyword. This is a technical question. But that is what I would do. I would research on Amazon. Of course, there are tools that can help you with that as well to help you get those 7 keyword slots. But aim to be relevant. That is the most important part of this. I see due to tax reasons your course is as a part. Yes, we had to limit because of the VAT. We hope to get this solved maybe for future launch, but it will be not available in every single country. I'm not sure about Namibia. You can check, see if it's available there. Do you think AI generated books have potential to become bestsellers and achieve the same levels of success as books written by designed by humans? I believe that yes, it is possible, but you have to look at the outcome. And I think that right now, if you simply write a book with ChatGPT and you give it a simple prompt, the answer is no. But if you look at the outcome, if the outcome of an AI generated book, be it with images or with text, is better than any human can create, then it's similar to playing chess with AI. The AI will win. So if you look at the outcome, you focus on the outcome, then the method of how to get there, it becomes less relevant. Now, there will be niches where the human component will always play a factor. So for example, where there's a lot of trust, if you have an authority component, that will most likely beat the AI. So if you have an AI that creates a chess book, let's say, and then you have, what is his name, the Norwegian that is playing chess, the best one in the world. I've lost his name now, but if you have the best chess player in the world, yes, the best chess player in the world will win in terms of book sales. So hopefully that answered your questions. I don't believe we're at a point now where AI can produce better books. AI can assist with creating the books, and that is where I believe where we have a huge advantage in 2025 is we can get so much more done more quickly, and we can also make it of higher quality with the help of AI. But I believe the human component is still very important in 2025, and especially in terms of the knowledge that you have as a publisher. Do you think, now let's see, how to get reviews fast for a new published book? So there are many different ways to get reviews. I cover some of them inside the free course on Skool, so I would recommend you go through there. That is what a lot of publishers are doing now. Of course, in the long run, I advise to get an email list. You can also get reviews by sending out, for example, to Facebook. You can go into different groups and see there if there are people who are willing to read your book and leave a review. And yeah, so there are many ways that you can get reviews for your newly published book. What do I need to be considered candidate to participate in this course? Greetings from Chile. That's great to hear from you all over the world. So there will be a couple of questions. Once you go to the link, fill out the questions. When you click apply, there will be a couple of questions. And then depending on your answers there, you will be qualified or not qualified. And then, as I mentioned previously, we had to limit, so certain countries, it's not available at this moment because of some VAT issues, but we'll hope to get that fixed in the future. That's correct. I have Kindle Unlimited. I'm concerned that I might achieve higher rankings if the paperback were displayed instead, as that is the version I'm in the honeymoon period. Okay. Yeah. So there will most likely be some publishers that have an opinion of this, maybe to opt out of Kindle Unlimited. I am old school in that regard, so I still do the Kindle Unlimited and run the free promotions, etc. So I believe that Amazon's algorithm, they might be looking at different factors. For example, if your book is leading to a lot of Kindle Unlimited signups, then that is a good thing, because let's say they decide to promote it elsewhere. So I've seen some of my top books, when I've been on YouTube, they've showed up as an ad from Amazon. So they might show it other places, or they might email, so you never know. So the perfect route there in terms of not being in Kindle Unlimited, because then the paperback might show, or being in Kindle Unlimited, it's a complex question, and I think that only Amazon will know exactly what is the best route. Can I have high content books sell well even with less than 5-star reviews? What strategies would you recommend? Ads has not been effective so far. If you don't have any reviews, that will limit the sales that you get. If the rating is, let's say, 4.3, that's good. Once you get to 4.2 and below, it starts to show only 4 stars. So that will most likely impact the sales, especially if you have other books that are of 5 stars, or let's say 4.4 stars and above. So definitely that can affect the sales of your book. What strategies do you recommend? I think Amazon ads is the most effective way. I can't tell you now because I don't see your book, but I would be looking into the niche as well. For example, is it very competitive? Or is there enough people searching for that keyword? So there are several factors to consider, especially the niche and the cover. That is what I would look into. So it's hard to tell just from text. I would need to see the book to give more specific feedback. Okay, those were the questions. Hopefully I covered everyone. I think so. If you have any more questions, then maybe I will answer them in the Skool community afterwards. We'll see, but I'll continue with the presentation now, and you can see. Okay, that's going to do it for this live stream. I hope you enjoyed it and received value from it. If you want to level up your self-publishing skills and get better results, then check out the link in the description. I built exactly what I wish I had earlier in my journey, and consider that it's built by someone who's doing self-publishing right now. I don't like to brag, it goes against how I was raised, but I recently had someone in business who has better results tell me, Peter, you need to brag more. Being timid or not talking about your achievements or result is not helping anyone. So I will do a brag now, because I believe that if someone has better results than you in something, it's best to listen. And if they're making more money than us, then they probably know or see something that we don't. So here's the brag. I'm a self-made millionaire who made it through publishing, not by teaching it. I think this distinction is useful for people to know, because you will see a lot of people across several niches, be it Amazon FBA, social media marketing, dropshipping, etc., saying that they are millionaires, but they didn't make it through the method they are teaching, but rather by teaching the method. I'm still actively publishing, and I'm doing this because after helping my friend get to 6 figures with self-publishing, he told me, Peter, I think it's your duty to help others with everything you've learned. I was broke when I started, and I got to where I am today by becoming an autodidact, also called a self-taught person. Therefore, I'm a huge proponent of self-education, and I think it's about time that I share my knowledge. I'm 30 years old now, and this is almost a decade of self-publishing experience that I've synthesized into this thing, and it's unlike anything I've seen before. I mentioned what Andre said about the Trifecta in the beginning of this live. He posted that comment inside the Skool community. Emeka, who is a long-time publisher, check out his channel, My Self-Publishing Blueprint and Driven Hard. I don't think he minds me sharing what he said. He said, he commented on Andre's post saying, "Fully agree, Andre. It's nice to see a program focused on more advanced level of publishing rather than the same old how to find niche lessons or how to find keywords lesson." Look at my results, but more importantly, look at the results I've been able to help others get. If you click the link in the chat or in the description, if you're watching this after the live, you will see those results. I envision that in the future, I'll be interviewing students of the Trifecta program on this very channel where they will share their success story. And my hope is that one of those people will be you. I didn't get my results by being smarter or special. I have made so many mistakes, and I'll be the first to say that I'm far from perfect. It's simply my knowledge and application of that knowledge that allows for these results. And that is what I hope to transfer to you. Take care. Best of luck in your publishing journey. I hope to connect with you inside the program.